Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with a controversial view of Blood for Dracula. Controversial View is the series in which Jason from Horrific Nightmares and I watch and discuss controversial movies and TV shows. The controversies vary from film to film or show to show. They can range simply from subject matter to behind-the-scenes incidents and other occurrences. I'll be briefly discussing multiple controversies surrounding Blood for Dracula, but my main focus is on one. Released in 1974, Blood for Dracula is also known as Andy Warhol's Dracula, despite being directed by Paul Morrissey. It was filmed back-to-back with Flesh for Frankenstein, also known as Andy Warhol's Frankenstein, also directed by Paul Morrissey. The two films also share some of the same cast. That includes Udo Kier, who lost 20 pounds in a single week to play Count Dracula. This made the actor so weak he couldn't even stand during the first day of filming. Another controversy is the subject matter alone, but I won't go into detail about that. Watch the movie and you'll understand. It's very controversial, such as the hero also being a villain. Just look at the way Mario treats women in the film and how abusive he is. Yet he's the hero? The storyline for this adaptation is controversial itself. Dracula traveling to Italy in search of a virgin. Meanwhile, Mario is sleeping with all of the ladies. Therefore, every time Dracula sucks their blood, he becomes violently ill, since they are not virgins. But the major controversy of this one, for me, is how nasty it is. And I chose that word specifically. Andy Warhol's Flesh for Frankenstein, as you might know, is a video nasty. In fact, Jason and I will be discussing it tomorrow during the Video Nasties Challenge. Speaking of which, Flesh for Frankenstein and Blood for Dracula used to be two Criterion Collection Holy Grail DVDs for me. It took me years to get both of them. When I finally did, I found them in the same store on the same day for a fantastic price. $2 each. Brand new. That's why I opted to show this Criterion release in this video. And I'll be showing my Criterion Collection edition of Flesh for Frankenstein tomorrow. But, as I was saying, I find it very controversial that Blood for Dracula, despite how nasty it is, was never classified as a video nasty, while Flesh for Frankenstein was. This follow-up is arguably nastier. And, as I stated, the two movies were filmed back-to-back, with Flesh for Frankenstein being released in 1973 and Blood for Dracula being released in 1974. Regardless of its classification, or lack thereof, the movie was still banned in the UK. Unlike Flesh for Frankenstein, it was not put on the video nasty list, but it did make a tertiary list. Blood for Dracula was one of the titles subject to seizure by the police in England. Anyone found with a copy of the film could have faced charges. In other words, Blood for Dracula is technically a video nasty, without that actual distinction. And why would it not be? Especially since Flesh for Frankenstein is. Again, one could argue that Andy Warhol's Dracula is nastier than Frankenstein. This movie is also far nastier than plenty of other movies on the Video Nasties list. Blood for Dracula is the perfect example to prove they had no idea what they were doing. In addition, for some more context, both Flesh for Frankenstein and Blood for Dracula were originally released with an X rating. The British Board of Film Classification, or the BBFC, truly had no credibility. Blood for Dracula faced the same scrutiny and regulations as movies on the video nasty list, without ever being designated a video nasty itself. With its graphic violence, abundance of blood and gore, sexuality, and substantial nudity, including full frontal, I likely would have rated Blood for Dracula video nastier or even video nastiest on our video nasty scale. But since it can't be part of that challenge because it's not on that list, we thought we'd cover it today. Video nasty or not, I personally love Blood for Dracula, despite its controversies, and I do actually prefer it to Flesh for Frankenstein. As for that one, I'll be talking more about it tomorrow, so please check back for the Video Nasties Challenge. As for this one, Jason and I watched it, and you should too. This is just my controversial view. Please be sure to check out Jason's as well. Have you seen Blood for Dracula? If so, what do you think of it? Do you prefer this or Flesh for Frankenstein? Comment below and let me know. Which controversial movie or TV show will we view next? Check back soon to find out. Until then, remember, physical media matters. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and, be kind, subscribe.